up? What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another week of Who Gives a Dram here. What'd you just do, dude?
My phone.
Did you just give us a little tootie toot? Did you just give us a little tootie toot?
No.
Is that how we're starting the episode?
Yeah.
Welcome to a special episode of Who Gives a Dram, episode 64. As you can see, I'm joined by Kale. This is Whiskey with Kin, I think, what is it, 6 or 5? It's Whiskey with Kin something.
No, fourth with me.
So there was you, we did Sazerac, we did Colonel Small Batch, we did Old Forester Barrel Strength, we did 1920, and then Seth and I did Whistle Pig. So this
and you and Nick did your...
But that wasn't Whiskey with Kin, I don't think.
I thought you marked it as a Whiskey
I
with
don't
Kin.
know. Anyways, we're here. We're ready to rock and roll Whiskey with Kin. We have a bit of a different episode this week. So we got Kale in studio. He was gracious enough to drive here in the middle of a snowstorm. And we are going to not review a bourbon or a whiskey this week, but we are going to show you guys the top 10 that we've collected that's in our collection. Some of them are behind me. Some of them are on the table right off screen. And we're going to go through kind of what we think is the top 10 in our collection. Kale and I have kind of gathered a list of both of ours, and we're going to run through it. We're going to talk about them. We're maybe going to talk about how we found them. So there's no review. We are drinking, and just for a little insight of what's not making the list, we are drinking a little Colonel E.H. Taylor single barrel, and this isn't on the list of our top 10. So just to let you guys know how intense this top 10 is going to be. And all these bottles, we've never paid an ounce over retail for any of these bottles. Well, a little bit. For some of them, we have
Nothing even close to secondary.
Yeah, these are all purchased for a very fair price. Not really even hunting for them, more just, making connections in the right way.
Getting lucky. Right place, right time.
Yep. A lot of these bottles we've had actually multiples of, which is kind of cool. And we're excited to share our bottles. So before we get into the episode, you guys, just always remember the best way to support the show is just to subscribe wherever you're listening. YouTube, like, comment, follow on there. And as always, this episode is brought to you by The Grapevine Media, www.thegrapevinemedia.com. Let's get into it.
It's tasty.
Why don't you tell the people how you've been, Kale? I'm sure they're dying to wonder how Kale's been.
Yeah, I've been lovely.
What have you been
It's a good
doing?
holiday season. I don't remember the last time I did an episode. Me and Connor have gotten our hands on some exciting things. It's opened up a bit, right?
Not really, honestly.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just excited.
Really.
I'm always excited to drink E.H. Taylor, so maybe it's just me. But, yeah, staying busy. Normal stuff. Excited to sit here and show what is mostly my bottles.
Yeah, well, so I've said on the podcast several times that Kale's the one that buys them, and
No, you've found your fair share on this list before I have.
yeah, you're right. But Kale goes and buys them, and Kale looks a lot more than I do. I just don't want to spend money on whiskey every single week. So, and I'm fine with that because
Can't remember the last time I bought a bottle.
I can't remember the last time I bought a bottle either. It's been a few weeks, but again, we've found all these bottles like at retail and at fair prices. So I think it's a cool list. I kind of wanted to do something different, and I figured let's show some cool bottles on camera, do a little top 10 list for the tube, and go from there. So it's not even a top 10 list, honestly. It's more of like
Our favorites
from our collection.
Yeah.
So
no rank, no 10 through 1, although we do have a number 1.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it.
Okay.
I think we should start with
Some honorable mentions.
Sure. Yeah, we can start with an honorable mention. We'll go honorable mention number 1 is
Whoa. If it's mine.
Go ahead. Say
disgusting.
it then. Say it then.
I think the only reason this makes an honorable mention is because Connor's not the biggest fan of it. And I was lucky enough to get 2 of these. Last year, not 2021, but actually 2020, I found 2 within a week at retail. I'm much more of a rye guy than Connor, although Connor has kind of guided me towards the barrel strength, barrel proof route.
So boring. What is it?
It's Michter's limited release barrel strength rye. I don't think they year them. I don't think they put a year on them now because they re-released them this year. But
Michter's limited release barrel strength rye is a honorable mention on our list. It's 113 proof, 56.5% alcohol by volume. Picked this up last year. It's batch number 21B424. Kind of cool. It's good stuff. I'm just not that much of a rye guy, as Kale said, so I didn't want to have this on the top 10.
You liked it when we
I enjoy it.
No, when we put some water in it.
Yeah, no, I do enjoy it. Barrel proof ryes are hard for me to like, honestly, and I do enjoy it, though. It's not like it's bad. It's very delicious. It's just not up my alley. It helps out its Michter's. I love Michter's taste.
Yeah.
Regardless. So let's go pull out your second honorable mention.
You don't have one from yours?
No.
Okay. Well, this was actually a Christmas gift from Connor.
Yep. Almost kept it. Didn't. I'm a good brother.
Yellowstone 2021 limited release.
And we should say what we paid.
Proof.
What we paid. You paid $85 for this, and I paid $120 for this Yellowstone.
Yep.
So just to give you an idea of, I think I have a good gauge on what's a fair price. So combined, you're looking at like, I don't know, a hair over $200 for both these bottles.
And we actually saw these out in the wild before for $450, $250.
We've seen these bottles way more expensive, but we've also seen this Yellowstone for $100.
Yeah.
So you win some, you lose some. Probably should have picked this up then because this is tasty. This is one of my favorites because this is finished in Amarone casks. It's very sweet. It's a very Amarone. It's Italian. 101 proof. 50.5%. Dominic de Coco. Say it again. Dominic de Coco. Very nice. Buongiorno. Anyways, it's French. So those are our two honorable mentions here on the list. So get those out the camera.
Don't disrespect those bottles like that.
Yeah,
these are fantastic pours.
We should have a sippy poo of all of these before you leave.
Okay. Yeah. No.
All right. So let's go with not number 10, but one of the ones on the list. Do you want to do one of yours?
No, let's start with yours because mine's the number one.
We're gonna do an easy one. We're gonna do Stag Junior. So Stag Junior. Oh, the bottle's fucking dirty. The bottle's dirty from my slams and sips I did.
Nice.
So Stag Junior. We have a total of 3 bottles of this between the two of us, Kale and I. Kale's got an unopened one. We both have an opened one. We each bought them for like $50, $55.
I got mine for $49. Both of mine for $49.99.
Yep. So,
within 15 minutes of each other.
Yeah. So, maybe we should talk about how we found these two. So, shout out Ron for.
Well, no, you got yours from.
Where did I get mine from?
Down the road.
Where's down the road?
By Burger King. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh yeah. The wine store. Yeah. A fellow Who Gives a Dram listener. That's who. Yep. That's where I got this. $50 for this. Maybe $55. I don't remember. Right here in my hometown. Shout out to Ron. Ron sold Kale one for $50.
I got mine from Ron.
Yep.
And then I left the store and I stopped randomly at another store. I'm like, Ron got Stag Junior. Let's just take a peek. And the store never really has anything.
Yep.
And I walked in, one of these sitting behind the counter, and got the lady's attention. I said, "Hey, are you selling that?" She's like, "I think so." I'm like, "Can you tell me the price?" Rang it up, $49.99. I said, "Give it to me right now."
I said, "Gim."
Exactly. I couldn't get the actual word out of my mouth. So
Gim.
I left. I went home that day with 2 of the final batches of Stag Junior.
Yep. So
batch 17?
Batch 17, yeah. They're all 128.7 proof. Recently did this on the podcast just a few weeks ago. Gave it a 9.3 if I remember correctly. Fantastic stuff, obviously. I would say this is probably the 10th of our list. I'll keep it right here for now.
Yeah.
And then why don't you do the black bottle?
Yeah, I know. I know. Weller 12. So this isn't
I still get all hot and bothered when I see a Weller bottle, by the way.
Yeah, so do I.
I know all you guys listening. When you see a Weller bottle in the wild, I don't care if it's special reserve, you get a little hot and bothered. It's awesome.
Well, we also have found ourselves to be weeder guys.
Yeah.
We love a good weeded
I'm definitely
bourbon.
a wiener guy.
That's without a doubt.
No, I said Weeder.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'm a Wiener guy.
Well, no one's listening other than us, so it's okay.
Yeah, but still, I'm a Wiener guy. I like Wieners. I'm a Wiener guy.
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know,
I like wieners.
Me and Connor have had the pleasure of having multiple 107s and special reserves since we started. This was actually gifted to me by.
By the way, dude, how cute is it that I'm going like this right now?
You look like Dad.
How cute is it?
I was gifted this from our cousin for a Secret Santa.
Yeah, shout out Tom and Annie.
So, it's not the most exciting bottle. It's just a bottle I enjoy having. Me and Connor both like it. I would say it's on par with 107, maybe. Maybe
no.
a touch below.
A touch below.
It's just the fact that it's and this is kind of like a Tater thing to say, but the fact that it's Weller 12.
Don't say Tater. Don't say Tater
it's
on
just
my show.
Drilled into my brain at this point.
Don't say Tater on my show.
Okay, take it back.
Thank you.
I say Tater backwards.
I don't care. Just don't say it.
Okay, I'm not saying it, but
you can say potato and you can say tater tot.
Okay.
Don't say tater.
Well, tater tot thing to say, but
yeah. Well, don't say tater tot because that implies tater.
Oh
just
my
say,
God.
it's a normal thing to say. It's good stuff. I don't care.
It is.
All right. So,
it's in comparison to 107, it's only 90 proof. It's got the age statement. What else? I mean, 12 is a pretty big age statement right now.
12 year, yeah, 12 years big.
All the barrel proofs are 12 year.
What barrel proofs? Elijah Craig?
Yeah, Craig.
Elijah Craig's are 12 year. There's probably a bunch of 12 years out there. Not really thinking of them right now, but Weller 12 is good. I have to sip it again. When we'll do it, we'll do all these on the podcast. The ones that I haven't done will get done this year at some point. So I'm thinking maybe now that we're live, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
We'll go number 3, or the third one for me is gonna be Weller 107. Now this might surprise people because Weller 107 is kind of like, if you don't find it, you're excited to find it, but for those who do find it a lot, it's almost just like a daily sipper.
Ohio.
I think what?
Ohio.
Oh.
Ohio runs rampant with 107s.
Yes.
Supposedly.
So yeah, never been.
Shout out to the Bengals. Joe Shiesty, Joey Franchise.
Joey Burr.
Joe Burr.
Joe. Jabba. Jabba the Hutt. By the way, we should have you watched Boba Fett episode 5 yet, or 4? 5 Mandalorian. Did you watch it? Okay, we'll talk about it on the show here. We'll go 5. We'll talk about some other topics, then we'll go our last 5.
Okay.
Weller 107 to me is just one of my all-time favorites, and I honestly think it is better than most bourbons on the shelf. And I'm not just saying that because it's a Weller. I truly believe that 107 is one of the top-notch bourbons you can buy, regardless of price point. And especially if it was a little bit more readily available, I would say it's the best pound-for-pound bourbon in the game. There are some that are close, but I'm a big fan of 107. Kale obviously agrees because we talked about this list after. Mm-hmm. And, it's just a whiskey that is classic. It's a classic wheated bourbon. It has all the perfect notes, and the 107 proof is perfect. Mm-hmm. Adds the right amount of barrel spice to what is a very sweet overall pour, and I could have 107 every day for the rest of my life. And if I could only drink one bourbon for the rest of time, it might be 107. That's something that I could realistically get my hands on without having an issue. And if I just like, it's something realistic, like I'm not going to say Pappy 23 but 107, I feel like I could get like 5 cases of this and I'd be
very, very happy.
Very, very content. Plus for $45, I think I bought this for $45 and I got an extra behind me. It just doesn't get better. So that's 1, 2, 3. We'll go. No, those are all going to be the last one. Nope. We're going to do this.
My bottles are hitters.
Larceny Barrel Proof. This is C921. We haven't done this yet on the show, but it's a classic. I've done B521. You guys know my thoughts on that. B521 is a classic. I think I rated it 8.8 because it's literally impossible to find. But it's just as good, if not better, than Stag, in my humble opinion. And what do you want to say about it?
No, I completely agree. We both found C921s. We both have B521s. And going back to us being fans of Weeders, obviously Stag is Stag. It's something everyone loves,
me a wiener.
And rightfully so. But, for availability purposes, for secondary price purposes, Larceny can contend, if not beat it out.
Yeah.
We should blind it. But
Yeah, and I want to do more videos like this throughout the year where, like, whether Kale's here or not, Kale's not
most
the
important
pulling
part
force
of the
here.
show.
Fan
favorite.
I don't know about that one, but we like having Kale here, and we might do episodes again where like we blind them, like we lay them out here, and maybe like we each pour 3. Well, we'll do blind episodes later, whether it's part of the podcast or a YouTube show. I don't know yet, but we'll do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5, I gotta go get. So talk.
You gotta go get?
I gotta stand.
Oh. Yeah, now's everyone's favorite part of the show. I should kick your chair out.
With Kale.
I don't even know what you're pulling out right now. Oh, yes, I do.
I don't remember what I gave this.
Did you have to go all the way to the back?
Is it Are you done with Queefing with Kale?
Done with Queefing with Kale. Till
All right.
next time.
I hope you guys enjoyed the new segment, Queefing with Kale. The 5th one in the first flight here of our top 10, and this is just one of my all-time favorite pours. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B520. I have 7 or 8 different Elijah Craig barrel proofs in my possession, and I will continue to buy them. I think that's probably the best readily available limited release whiskey on the market that you can somewhat find for a reasonable price, $65 to $75. This is one of my favorite pours of all time. I don't remember what I rated on the podcast. You wouldn't happen to remember, do you?
Probably didn't listen to it.
Yeah, well.
It was probably
lots of
9,
other people did.
9.4?
You'd be one of the only ones like in.
Oh, it's B520.
in the
No, it was
country.
9.4, wasn't it?
It might have been 9.6, honestly. I think it might have been one of the highest rated.
You're only ever doubled up UCBP.
Yeah, it's the only one I bought twice. And I don't remember where I bought this. We forgot to say where we bought Larceny too.
We both got our C's from Ron on the shelf. I have 2 B521s. I got one randomly walking into a store, and I got the other one. You can tell the story.
So I've told this on the podcast. This was, if you listen to the last episode, 2021, where I was talking about the finds of the year. Kale's one of Kale's whiskeys was the find of the year, but for me personally, walking into a hole-in-the-wall store in Essex, Rhode Island, off of Noose Neck Road, I think is the name of the road, like Exeter Wine and Spirits. I don't know. It was disgusting in there, but went in 2 days before my birthday, or maybe a day before my birthday, and what do I see on the shelf? Randomly for $70, I think. 2 Larceny Barrel Proof B521s. And I bought one for myself. I did not know if Kale was going to want one or not, because Kale's poor. I mean, I make more money than Kale, so Kale's poor. And I just didn't know if he could afford it, so I went home and I showed Kale, and he said, "How many? Did they have any more?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "Did you buy it for me?" I said, "No." He goes, "Why not?" And I said, "'Cause you're poor." I didn't know. And then we drove all the way back, and Kale bought one, and he was nervous the whole time.
You know how that's not. Yeah, I was nervous because I thought they would have sold it. And I remembered it was in Essex.
It was literally off of, I think it was off of Noose Neck
Let's get one
Road.
thing straight. You just said you didn't know if I'd want it.
Because of finances.
No.
Because of finances.
No.
That's a pretty good lineup right there. I hope it looks good on the camera.
That's a
Can't
really
tell.
good lineup.
Can't tell.
That's a top shelf lineup.
This is a top shelf lineup, in my humble opinion. So, all right, let's reconfigure.
Just you wait.
Let's reconfigure for part 2. But Kale, talk a little bit about Mando episode 5, or Boba Fett episode 5, basically Mando episode 5.
It's pretty much Mando season 3 episode 1, but
it's the Book of MandoFett.
I was we were talking about this yesterday, I think, and I was really surprised that they dedicated a whole episode to him. Yeah, because obviously he's the moneymaker, but it's still the Book of Boba Fett as a show. So you know that season 3's what, 8 months away, something like that, middle of this year, tail end of this year. So I don't know. I'll take any Mando content I can get, but.
So I think it ties in nice to the story. I think it connects well. And you know what? I honestly think they were like, listen, maybe they knew that this show wasn't going to get received as well as Mando, and they just said, you know what? Screw it. We know that this is a good show, but it's not. People aren't going to be into it like they're into Mando, and then we'll just hit them with a a Mando episode halfway in because there's only 2 more episodes left in the season.
But how excited were you at the end of episode 4 when they played Mando's
I was
music?
pumped. I was so pumped. I was like 2 o'clock in the morning when I watched it.
Yeah.
And I had to rewind it because I was like, were those the flutes? Because he's got
It's
the
iconic
flutes.
at this point.
He's got the woodwinds in there.
To us, at least.
I think music today is missing the woodwinds.
Yeah, we need more orchestras.
We need, honestly, dude, if you listen to the Batman score that's on Spotify, it's perfect. And did you watch the clip of Batman that I sent you?
I did. Well, no, I saw it a few days earlier. But
so they released the clip of Batman where he's in, it's called the funeral scene. And you see it in the trailer a lot. It's where he's at a funeral and someone drives a car into there. But they released like a 2.5-minute clip of that scene. And it just, Robert Pattinson doesn't say one word. Maybe he says something briefly, but he barely says anything. And just the look. He's such a good actor that you can just tell by the way his eyebrows are how what he's feeling. I feel like that's definitely that's definitely hard to do.
I hope that he doesn't smile once in the movie.
Oh, he gonna smile.
No, I hope he doesn't smile. Not once.
And I've said this several times on the podcast. For those who are still iffy about if Robert Pattinson can play Batman, watch The Lighthouse. Just do me a fave. Just go on YouTube and search The Lighthouse clips or whatever. It's one of the weirdest, strangest movies of all time, but it's so good, and it shows you just how good of an actor Robert Pattinson is. And, of course, he's next to the legend Flo Defoe, so opposite
I was hoping you'd refer to him by his
know
name.
what the budget of that movie was?
$13?
$11 million.
Okay.
And if you think about it, Pattinson and Defoe, I mean, you would expect that they're probably making $1 million on the movie, but obviously they're not because most of that budget is going towards marketing and production.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to playing the actors.
No.
So they took a pay cut to film that movie, and Flo Defoe and Patty Pat are 2 A-list actors, so you know that the script was just...
Patty Pat's not going to stick.
Yeah, whatever. I had to think of something else.
I knew it was a quick one. It's just not going to stick.
Yeah, it's all good. You can't do it when I do it, bro. That's my joke. You should start your own podcast, and you can do that.
No.
If you had to start a podcast, what would it be about?
Probably superfoods and the benefit behind them.
Like
because you know your boy's the first superfood.
So you would like review it?
Yeah, I'll review superfoods.
What other? Okay, so what would be episode 1? Kale.
Have to be.
Okay, episode 1 Kale featuring Kale. What would episode 2 be like?
Dragon fruit.
Okay. What would number 3 be?
There wouldn't be.
2-episode series.
Yeah, 1 million viewers per episode.
Ah, nice.
It's ambitious, but it's doable.
Okay. How are you gonna get those 1 million listeners?
Buy 'em.
Ah, nice. Well, you're poor.
Yeah, make myself poor.
Yeah, well, put it on your credit card, maybe.
Honestly.
Gotta have a large credit.
Dump it on the CC.
Yeah. What else? What else is going on? Peacemaker.
Well, you said something. You sent me a text today about something you wanted to mention.
Yeah,
and I'm curious as to if you even meant this, and it's not even. Oh, okay, you have a different note. Are
Manson versus Strickland?
No, I don't care about that at all. We're not talking about that.
Okay, no.
No.
Let's.
So you really,
Okay.
like, yes. So he pretty much asked me, what are you more excited for? The Kenobi series or the next series finale of Peaky Blinders?
Yes, and that's a very fair question.
At
Don't blow this out of proportion.
I'm not blowing it out of
please.
proportion. But you have to think about how much we have invested into Peaky Blinders. I've seen it 5 or 6 times through. You've probably seen it just the same, if not one more, because it's your background show.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Shelby for the win.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Obi Wan.
No, Tommy Shelby till I die.
Oh, okay. I'm actually surprised. Wow.
Don't get me wrong. Kenobi is gonna be a top tier series. It's gonna be something we go back and watch.
Yeah.
6-7 times over the next, or once it's released, over the first 2 days.
Yeah.
But it's Peaky season 6.
Yeah. No, I thought you were gonna say Obi-Wan because of Darth Vader.
No.
Seeing Obi-Wan again.
No.
Potentially.
I'm so excited to see Ewan McGregor
Yeah. So am
get kitted up as Kenobi and see him fight Vader.
You think he'll fight Darth Maul?
Maybe he was the post-credit scene for Solo, so he's still out there.
That is true. But this takes place directly after Revenge of the Sith, or it takes place between
in like
3
the
and
years
4.
following.
Yeah, it takes place between 3 and 4.
But it's Ewan McGregor, so it's going to be closer to Revenge of the Sith than it is to
so
New
Luke's. There's going to be no Luke in it.
Maybe baby Luke.
Maybe some kid
Luke.
Maybe some young Luke. But not the Luke we saw in Mando season 2.
No.
I thought you were gonna say Obi-Wan because of Darth Vader, because of Obi-Wan. No. I'm personally more excited for Peaky Blinders as well, just because I need to see season 6.
I need it.
I got to figure out why Michael has a mustache. I got to figure out.
He only has in half the trailer.
Maybe he's growing it out to mimic
Oswald Mosley.
Yeah. Maybe he's gonna go.
I want to see who they casted as Hitler.
Hail Hydra.
They had to have, right?
I thought there was a rumor going around about that they did.
Yeah, it was Mr. Bean, right?
Yeah, it was someone like that. You're not gonna get a better Hitler than Inglourious Basterds, though.
No, you're not.
Just watched that the other day.
Well, I don't know.
Is that the best Hitler of all time? Let's make a hot take. What was the best Hitler of all time?
I don't even know how many I've seen.
I think I've only seen
Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, then he gets shredded up at the end.
It's gonna bother me.
He gets full of bullets at the end, and it's so funny.
FOB, full of bullets.
It's so funny because every Tarantino movie, there's like a close up of a dead body, and it's so obviously fake. Like you can just tell it's a fucking doll.
That's why we love Tarantino.
Yeah.
The final 20 minutes of that movie are quintessential Tarantino. I definitely used that word wrong.
Yeah, but you do you realize what you just said?
Look it up.
Quentin Sesh.
Yeah.
His name's Quentin Tarantino.
I'm not gonna look it up. I'm not gonna waste my time.
Wow.
Chances are I get it wrong.
I guarantee you couldn't spell that word.
Quin.
No. Pretty sure it's Quue.
Te.
No.
Ssential.
I don't even know. I stopped listening halfway through.
I stopped thinking about it halfway through. I don't know. I think I said a number.
So, man, I'm surprised you. So we both picked Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wrote down a few quick hitters. New Batman trailer reactions.
Hit it.
What?
We hit it.
Yeah.
No, we talked about the scene, but whatever.
Hermanson, I figured we should maybe talk some fights.
No.
Hermanson versus Strickland.
No.
I think Sean Strickland's going to win. But
yeah, but I hate Sean Strickland, so I don't really care about him. I don't care about that fight in the slightest.
I thought for a second we could break down 271, but that's not until next weekend. Which I'm pissed about.
Oh, that's Stylebender.
Yeah. Not the best card. I'm buy it, though.
Stylebender.
Yeah, I'm going to buy it. I'm kind of nervous, though.
Yeah, Bobby Knuckles.
Bobby Knuckles.
Always get nervous with Bobby Knuckles.
Bobby Knuckles is kind of looking Shred City, and he's beating some killers.
I love Bobby Knuckles, too.
Yeah. You still owe me money from that.
I've paid that 50 times over at this point.
No. I don't believe you.
Okay.
All right, let's go with our next 5. So we've done 5. We did Stag Junior, Weller 12, Weller 107, Larceny Barrel Proof, and Elijah Craig B520 Barrel Proof. But really any Elijah Craig Barrel Proof in that. I'll start with the obvious. I forgot.
I thought you were going to put this in the first 5.
No, Midwinter Night's Dram. This is this year's release. I have 2 bottles of it. Kale has a bottle of it.
Let's just get one thing straight. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I did this on the show. What I think I gave it an 8.9.
Act 9, Scene 3 specifically, and I'm sure there's not much variances between the scenes. The one we have is fantastic. It's so good.
And honestly, best bottle in whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some beautiful bottles out there. Colonel bottles, Weller bottles.
The Double Day bottle that's shaped like a baseball.
Yeah, Willet Pot Still.
Yep.
The one that looks like a snake. There's like a snake on it.
Tequila's got the best bottles.
I think it's called Snake Eyes. What's another great bottle? I've always loved Bullet. Just me. I think Bullet looks great. Yellowstone 101 has a great bottle.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good bottles out there. This takes the cake, though. Well, Midwinter Night's Dram, blend of straight rye whiskeys, finished in French oak port barrels by
Blanton's.
High West Distillery. Nah, Blanton's.
This is a cool bottle.
Again, we did this one on the podcast, so this was a good one, and I would consider it top 10 in our joint collections of 100-plus bottles between the two of us. Well over 100-plus bottles, honestly.
I think these deserve their own spots. No, don't make a list of these because these are tall. Or don't line them up, I should say. Which one do you want to do? You want this one or this one?
Do that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Back to Michter's Limited. This year's Michter's Limited, I don't want to butcher it, Toasted Barrel Finish Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. 91.4 proof. I fell into the trap this year of toasted and everyone doing some sort of toasted, and I was given the opportunity to get this bottle for retail. And I said, yeah, absolutely. I turned down both of the Michter's 10s. I turned down Shanks, which I had already, Bombergers, which Connor ended up getting later. So I was like, I like the Michter's Limited Barrel Strength Rye. Let's try out another one. I've heard really good things about the Toasted Barrel strength.
Yeah. This is a great. It's kind of light. I think it's 94 proof.
But it's not like it
91.4. I'm sorry.
It carries the toasted finish really well.
Yeah, it's very sweet. It's like a sugar, like brown sugar, but that's all it is, and it's fantastic. I love this for like a lower proofed bourbon or whiskey in general. This like
it's fantastic.
It's one of the best. But with degenerates like Kale and I, sometimes you just got to go. In order to feel something, you got to go barrel proof. You got to go high, which is kind of like the downfall of drinking whiskey a lot.
Yeah, in order to feel anything or feel some warmth in our ice cold veins, we need barrel proof.
Joey Burr. So that's these are the two, and then we'll take these off camera.
Yep.
Put that off camera. And we're going to line up our top three. And those were in no particular order, but these are going to be in order probably. Maybe not this
For
one.
the top three? No, because we already put down Stag and Larceny.
Yeah, so these are just the three that we think the people would like the most. Hit it, yeah.
This was a great find for me. Michter's 10. I turned it down for the Michter's Limited because I already had one. I got this...
Oh, by the way, a Midwinter Night's Dram, I paid $120, and then I paid $100. Kale paid $100.
I paid $100. I got this for $100 as well.
And then you, what was the last one we just did?
Michter's Limited, I got for $80.
And I've seen that several times for $450.
Yeah.
So great find.
Yeah, this Michter's 10. Actually, so the first time I ever tasted this, I was in D.C. at a restaurant, a whiskey bar called Jack Rose, with my girlfriend. And
shout out Mer.
And they have, I think it's like over 3,000 bottles on hand. I wanted to try, this is early on in my kind of tasting days. I wanted to try E.H. Taylor Single Barrel. They didn't have one. I panicked. I got small batch. I had already had it. I already had a bottle. Oh, no, I didn't. Not yet. You got me my first bottle.
Yep.
But I knew I liked it. I panicked. In order to not panic, I texted Connor.
You panic a lot, huh?
I do. When it comes to... Well, not anymore. In that sense.
You coward.
Mm-mm.
You know who you are?
You're Courage the Cowardly Lion. Don't you even say it.
You're like the guy from The Hobbit who pretends to be a woman to escape with the rest of the crowd, and then what's his name? Count Dracula comes and makes you stay and exposes you.
I don't remember that scene at all.
I am the cow that fights off the coyotes.
No.
Yes.
You are not Ben.
Down.
Well, first off, that's the dad. That's the dad.
Well, I won't back down.
Shut the hell up. Let's talk about Michter's 10. More of the story, I texted Connor. I said, hey.
It's a solid burn.
What?
Deep burn.
What do I try? He said Michter's 10. I got it.
You know it's a classic.
Shut your mouth.
You know it's my podcast.
Oops.
Don't do that. It's my podcast.
Oops.
You know it's a classic.
Unplugging your mic.
I would literally break your jaw.
You
with
couldn't
one
if you
punch.
tried.
A classic scene, speaking about burning so deep, is when they're on the phone in Blades of Glory. It's like, you know what helps thigh burn? If you rub sour cream all over it.
Also from Step Brothers. You know what hurts with shoulder pain?
Yeah, if you lick my butthole.
Just Will Ferrell. Classic all-time burns.
But
Oh, no, that wasn't even Will Ferrell in the first one.
when when they're on the phone in Blades of Glory, it's just a classic scene. I wish I could quote it, but I can't. I haven't seen it that many times. Anyways, Michter's 10.
Yeah. Pretty much Connor just told me to try this. I tried it. I liked it. I never saw it in person. The bottle, I should say.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I texted you. I was like, try Michter's 10.
Yeah, if you didn't just go off into a million different
What'd you
directions.
pay for a pour of that?
22.
22.
Yeah, it was a bit high. It's in the DC
I thought it
area,
was 20, but
No, I think it was 22. I could be wrong.
Pretty good.
But this is great stuff. Everyone that has had a pour out of this bottle that hadn't had it previously has loved it. You idiot. Watch that happen. I don't even remember the last time Connor's had it, but I love this stuff. I try to savor it and not drink too much of it.
Right now, brother.
Okay.
I was trying to put some water in there. Just a little bit. You're not even at the label
No,
yet.
I'm past the label.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried. That's usually, for me and Connor, that's our tell to stop drinking it is once it gets past the label. On any, some are awfully high. Like the 3-quart would be kind of rough to try that with.
Yeah,
But,
that's whatever.
Yeah. No, you can go ahead and do your thing on this.
On what?
You just poured it. You tell the people what you think.
Oh, I'm gonna review it on the podcast. I'm not giving a reviewy poo on here.
Okay.
But here, do no, keep it there. Keep it there. This is like number 3, so we have 2 more. So this is number 2. Just put the whole box on there.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
Wild Turkey. Masters Keep 1. This was exciting for me.
This
was a random find.
random find. You paid
2 bills.
2 bills.
I don't care. I told you I fell into the toasted barrel finish game this year, and this. Don't you touch my box.
So.
Just everything about this, I knew I was gonna love. I love the turkey profile.
Okay, take it out. Get it out of the box.
Shut up.
Watch out for the cord. Don't unplug the cord, please.
Let me run my podcast.
If this was your podcast, it would end because you don't do nothing.
Except drink good whiskey. This.
Kale's an alcoholic.
Yeah. Is that right? Yeah.
Oh.
It screwed me up because of the.
Yeah, that's fucking nice. I want to look at it.
The cork, the metal cork.
Sorry, no one's watching this. Whatever.
Yeah, just everything about it. Me and Connor have only tried it once. We cracked it. I want to say a few days before Christmas.
That Michter's 10 smells so much like Michter's, dude. It just
When
smells
was
like.
the last time you drank Michter's? You don't even have a bottle.
I have Michter's Rye.
Oh, I just stuck my whole sniffer in there.
Somebody commented on my Michter's Rye YouTube video today.
I didn't know you reviewed Michter's Rye.
Yeah, I did. I forgot. I gave it like mid to high 8s. It's good rye.
It is. It's not as good as the barrel strength, but obviously.
Yeah, well, parts of it.
For us
parts of it are
alcoholics.
good. Parts of it are good. So talk more about this.
Yeah, so we cracked this open. At first, we weren't impressed.
Given that it's $200.
Given the expense of it.
This is just.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Do with me. Nice.
But the more we sipped it, the more it obviously didn't open up that quick, but the more it just kind of like aired
Well, it's
out
a very
little bit.
low proof toasted finish. It's very similar to Michter's
And it's not
toasted barrel finish.
Yeah, it's yeah, pretty much. It's got.
Well, it's not low proof. It's 101 proof.
Is it?
Yeah. Just read it. Forgot. I thought it was 98.
Oh yeah, 50.5.
I thought it was in the high 90s, but
Notes of rich vanilla, fresh toasted oak, caramel, spice, and butterscotch.
yeah.
But I when I heard this was releasing, I wanted to find one. I'd never had any of the Masters Keeps. I'd never even seen one. And I walked into a random store, saw it sitting there. I was like, I called Connor. I said, "Is this unreasonable?" Because I didn't think so, and I wanted a second opinion. He went, "Nope," pulled the trigger. So I did.
Kale asked me all my opinions.
Nope, never. Usually I just get stuff and you see it.
I mean, you asked me my opinion on this. You asked me my opinion on this. That's the two bottles we have on.
No,
here.
I didn't ask your opinion on if to buy this.
Oh, I know. Cause you'd be stupid. Because did you tell the people how much you bought this for?
$100.
$100.
Yeah.
So cheap.
Yeah, it was good.
This
good
was
find.
$220 or $200. Two bills.
Yeah,
now that
that's a
depleted
big
Kale's savings account.
That's a big expense for a bottle, but that's actually the most expensive bottle I've ever bought.
I've never bought a bottle that expensive.
Yeah, I probably won't. I'm not gonna say ever again, but this is something.
I think the most I'd
just
ever paid
wanted
for a
so
bottle
much.
was my Midwinter Night's Dram this year. 120? Does that sound right?
No, you paid.
No. Remember to talk into the mic.
I'm just looking. No, you paid $350 for your Bookers.
They haven't won on Booker's. Booker sucks.
Jim Beam profile is just not good.
Booker sucks. I have it on the top shelf just so if someone comes over and says, hey, I want a good whiskey, I'll be like, hey, this Booker's good. I keep it on my top shelf. I want to get rid of it. I paid $79.99.
You asked me last time I was here if I wanted it.
I remember drinking Granny's batch with Adam. Shout out to Adam. And it sucked. Mm-hmm. Just tasted like peanuts, peanut brittle, and disappointment.
Just can't get into it. And we opened that on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, and I
Both
literally
of us
gagged.
We're just like,
I gagged because I tried to shoot it, and just don't do that. It's not like I'll drink it. It's not bad. It's just I don't prefer it.
Yeah, it's not our preference. But
all right, get these out of here.
Yeah.
Number 1, the greatest whiskey that we have found in our collection. Get that out of there.
Oh, you're right.
I don't even know why you brought that.
Yeah,
we're not even including that. So, number 1 whiskey that we have found in the year 2021, the one that we bought that we're most proud of, the best whiskey, the most quality whiskey that we own. All right. So
every time.
So, I don't know what happened. I got to fix myself. Just a bunch of podcast stuff just happened, editing stuff, bullshit, and basically we lost like 15 minutes of the end of our episode, but it doesn't
including
matter.
the number 1.
Including the number 1, and that sucks, but we're doing it again. We're doing it live. Where were we? I was about to slam down the number 1 whiskey that we have found in 2021. And my phone decided to stop recording.
Probably stopped because it said this is too good of a whiskey. You can't slam it.
Too good of a whiskey, can't do it. So, regardless, the number 1 whiskey that we have found in 2021, something that really can't be beat, and I think is the most quality whiskey you can buy, and honestly the best whiskey you can buy. Mellocorn. Mellocorn.
Cut it.
So that's the end of the episode. Okay, bye.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, goodbye. A little bit of this.
Okay. Yeah, no. It's just kidding. But Mellocorn's a great whiskey.
Oh, fantastic.
Paul's wrong.
Get it off the camera though. Yeah,
Paul's wrong.
Paul, you're wrong.
Let's go the real number 1 though. Kale, hit
Find of the year. Yeast Taylor Barrel Proof.
We already talked about this for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know, and it's more so just repeating the same thing, but you can't really talk about this bottle enough.
Paid $100 Roonies for it.
This comes off my top shelf.
$100 Roonies. Get the other 2.
This is just an absolutely hitter of all hitters bottle. I think it's on par with the B-Tacs of the world and the Pappies of the world. I got it for $100. We've seen it for $5. We've seen it on secondary for $1,000.
Keep talking.
I'm gonna keep going, and this is really just kind of one of those bottles that me and Connor both considered a unicorn. We both this is really one of the only bottles. This is really
like Mellocorn.
One of the only bottles we ever truly hunted. Like we went looking for this specific bottle. I stumbled upon it to taste, not to purchase. First off, and I brought Connor home a 2-ounce pour of it, and
had it for my birthday.
He did have it for his birthday.
Post about it on my Instagram.
And a month later, I had the opportunity to buy it, and here we are. You can see I've barely touched it. Connor's had 2 pours of it. I've had 1.
Sure have.
And it's just one of those bottles I'm terrified to drink it. It's one of the best whiskeys on the planet, and I'm terrified.
And
to
the
drink
best part, we paid $100 for it.
Best part, without a doubt.
The best part, we paid $100 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Colonel East has been Colonel East Barrel Proof has been one of my unicorns since I can remember. I've wanted this more than Pappy, more than any of the B-Tacs for the most part. Kale thinks I'm lying about that, but I really have.
He is, because he's had 2017 WLW. and that is his favorite pour of all time.
I mean, don't speak for me, obviously.
Oh, but the mellow corn.
Oh, the corn. What's it taste like? A dusty bag of cracked corn, maybe with
tastes like
maybe with some grain mites on it.
It tastes like grain mites. It tastes like a warehouse, but not like a neat one. One where there's a few bags at the bottom of the stack that have leaked out. Thick coat of dust surrounding the place, and definitely metal shelving.
Yeah, a little metallic in there.
Yeah.
I love mellow corn. But anyways, these are the three that we think are kind of the most hitters that we have. And I mean, not hitters, but
stuff that they are considered hitters and stuff that we actually enjoy. Like I've had, you talk about Booker's. Booker's is supposed to be this very good,
Did we talk about Booker's when it got cut out?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, Booker's. I have Booker's, and I use it for people who
want a top shelf
pour when they come over, and I'm like, yeah, have some Booker's, because I hate it.
It's just
sorry, Adam. We might have already talked about that.
I think we did, but whatever. I've had top shelf pours that I don't particularly love. This is without a doubt the best. Okay, it's without a doubt one of the best pours I've ever had. Definitely the best bottle I've ever owned. And I'm gonna harass people for it next year. That's for sure. That's for sure.
That's the nerve-wracking part of buying a bottle like this, because you don't want to finish it because you don't know when you're gonna find it again. We're not gonna pay $600 to get another bottle.
I probably won't touch this bottle again until my birthday.
Yeah, and I don't blame you, honestly. I mean, you only drink the hitters on occasion. That's why you buy them.
Yeah.
And you get your daily bottles. That's why there's bottles you keep on the top shelf and bottles that you drink daily. Us alcoholics, we have plenty of daily drinkers, but us extreme alcoholics have plenty of hitters, and that's what Kale and I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's it. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
So we got just to run it back: Stag Junior, Weller 12, Weller 107, Larceny Barrel Proof, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, specifically B520, but there's a few different Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs I would fit in. Michter's Limited Toasted, Midwinters, Master's Keep 1, Michter's 10, currently a Barrel Proof. Our top 10 going into this new year, 2022. And it feels like it's been 2022 for 17 months now.
Yeah. It's been a long
2021.
Today's the last day of January, so.
Well, technically tomorrow.
As of recording.
Yeah. No, 2 days ago, because this is going to release in 2 days.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I think that's going to do it, right? Anything else you want to say while you're on the show?
That's it.
You're never coming back on, so.
Oh, I'll be back probably next month.
No.
I get the views up.
How do you get the views up?
Kale.
Okay, that's not a good.
Interesting.
Are you saying you're like a pharaoh or something?
Bring you back down to earth.
What? No, I never come back down to earth. I like to fly close to the sun like Icarus.
Icarus did fly too close to the sun.
Yeah. Talk about a handsome fella. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it. We already recorded all this outro, but whatever. We're gonna do it again. We do it for the tube. If I didn't want to specifically release this on the tube, I wouldn't have recorded. I would have just released audio, but I want to release it.
It's got to be a tube vid.
It's got to be a tube vid. You got to look at the bottle. So we are out of here, you guys. Make sure you're subscribing on all platforms to Who Gives a Dram and Bourbon with Friends. Leave a rating and review. No one ever does it, but I'm going to continue to say it. Just leave a rating and review. If you listen to the end of the episode, just leave a rating and review. I know there's a bunch of you that do. I see the stats. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Who Gives a Dram? Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Bourbon with Friends. Go check us out, www.thegrapevinemedia.com. Go check out my blogs over there.
Shout out Paul.
Shout out Ron.
With his freezing cold takes.
Yes, and shout out Ron for providing a lot of these bottles. Wyoming Package Store. And, it's just a great time to be a whiskey guy because there's a lot of good whiskey out there. So, as always, going to let my brother Nick Bossy play me out. What Happened to Country? Kale, I don't have any whiskey in here, but I'll cheers you anyway. Thank you for coming on. And always remember, whiskey's the water of life. So let's start living.
My hands are tired from paying my bills, staring at a bottle, I'm aiming to kill. Weeks passing by and the seasons keep changing. I'm playing my song, trying to make me a name. People say as they walk out the bar, the kid's gone places, maybe even a star. They don't play country down in Nashville today, just the same chord progression with nothing to say. What happened to country? 3 chords and the truth. And who's gonna step up and fill their big shoes, writing songs about outlaws, singing all night, and songs that'll make a grown man cry. They use auto-tune now down on Music Row, 'cause true country died there a long time ago. No, they don't play Waylon on the boulevard, but they'll do anything to be rock stars. What happened to country? 3 chords and the truth. And who's gonna step up and fill their big shoes, writing songs about outlaws, singing all night, and songs that'll make a grown man cry. But I do believe there is hope for us yet, 'cause there's millions of people who cannot forget the way Johnny Cash brought a tear to their eyes, or how Marty Robbins painted Texas skies. What happened to country? 3 chords and the truth. And who's gonna step up and fill their big shoes, writing songs about outlaws, singing all night, and songs that'll make a grown man cry. A grown man cry. A grown man cry. I won't let country die.